Welcome to Risho Koseikai International of North America. Following is a reading of the book Guide to the Threefold Lotus Sutra by Nikkyo Niwano, founder of Risho Koseikai. Part 1. The Sutra of Innumerable Meanings, Chapter 3, 10 Merits. The essence of the third chapter is the urgent advice to master and practice the teachings of the sutra for the spiritual merit to be gained from it, the good life it leads to, and the usefulness to mankind and the world it makes possible. The questioner, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Great Adornment, asks where this teaching comes from, towards what purpose it tends, and where it dwells. The Buddha answers that its origin is none other than an outflow from the innermost minds of the Buddhas, that its purpose is to stir the minds of all people to seek supreme perfect awakening, that is, the wisdom of the Buddhas, and that its dwelling place is in performing the practices of the Bodhisattva. The innermost mind of the Buddha is the will that all life shall fulfill itself after its nature. This is the fundamental will of the universe itself, and if only man would live in accord with this will, his troubles would end. But man is captive of a willful self, lives after the dictates of that self he clings to, and thus brings suffering on himself. We might think of the awakening of the Buddhas as the perception of two realities. The first is the way in which always and everywhere the will of the only true being in this world, the great life force of the universe, appears in unlimited operation, that is, innumerable meanings, in both inanimate and living things. The second is the way in which all things and all forms subsist and have their being after their nature. Applied to man, this means seeing that the true way to live is to live as one is. But the ordinary person so little understands how to live as one is, that Shakyamuni resorted to all sorts of explanations of his teaching, depending upon the circumstances of his hearers. This adapted instruction has been described as skillful means. Skillful means is an admirable and gratifying thing, but by virtue of its nature it brings up difficulties if, with changes in circumstances and position of the person, it happens that one fails to grasp the exact situation at any given time. Thus, it happens that the man of understanding is awakened to seek the supreme truth that applies to all men in all conditions. This is the awakening of the aspiration to Buddhahood, and the object of the teaching of the innumerable meanings is to awaken this aspiration. Now, in response to the question where the teaching stays or abides, where it really is, where its true value is, we see that it is not in books or in the mind, but in practice. Indeed, only in practice does the teaching come alive. These three things, the origin of the teaching in the mind of the Buddhas, its objective in stirring the aspiration to seek awakening, and practice, are elements of such paramount importance, pervading not only the innumerable meanings, but all Mahayana teaching, the teaching of the great vehicle, as well, that it is essential here to grasp and keep them firmly in mind. Returning to the text of the sutra itself, we next read the Buddha's explanation of the first of the 10 merits. First of all, the sutra can make an unawakened bodhisattva aspire to awakening, make one who lacks kindness aspire to compassion, make one who likes slaughter aspire to great mercy, make one who is envious rejoice for others, make one who has attachments aspire to non-attachment, make one who is miserly aspire to generosity, make one who is arrogant aspire to keeping the precepts, make one who is angry aspire to forbearance, make one who is lazy aspire to diligence, Make one who is distracted aspire to meditation. Make one who is ignorant aspire to wisdom. Make one who does not think of liberating others aspire to liberating them. Make one who commits the 10 evils aspire to the 10 virtues. Make one who is drawn to what is conditioned aspire to what is unconditioned. Make one who is regressing aspire to non-regressing. Make one who commits defiled acts aspire to non-defilement. And make one who has many delusions aspire to extinguish them. Good children, this is called the first unimaginably powerful merit of this sutra. The sense of this is clear enough, as in the sense of the remaining 9 merits, and it is important for us to discern why there is such merit in the Sutra of Innumerable Meanings. End of the Sutra of Innumerable Meanings, Chapter 3, 10 Merits. Arcana offers classes on Buddhism, information on meditation, holds online gatherings, and practices chanting. Please visit our website at www.arcana.org for information on upcoming events.